And now for your viewing pleasure, I present a puppy doing her best impression of legendary wrestling announcer Jim Ross that is totally legitimate and not at all edited from pre-recorded clips of an old sports entertainment video game. Enjoy.
I tried to talk him out of it, but that lousy bastard wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah, I think that may have been the wrong clip played. Oh well, we'll work it out next time. In any event, today's subject matter is Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, The Adventures in Nimnul's Castle, released in 1990 for MS-DOS. From High-Tech Expressions and developers Riddle Software Productions Incorporated, perhaps best known for their work on, actually, I don't know, help me out here. What did they do? Oh, they did that remote control game on NES that we looked at a couple years back, and a couple other games, and now they no longer exist. Excellent. The story of this Rescue Rangers DOS game that only got a passing mention in a prior video is that Monterey Jack has been caught in a rat trap and is held captive at the castle of that nefarious Professor Nimnul, and it's up to the other Rescue Rangers to pull his fat out of the fire, as it were. They'll need parts to fix their plane, however, which is held at the aforementioned castle. Right, so if Jack's being held at the castle and they need to get the parts for the castle and I don't know, I'm probably missing something here. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, there are 3 phases to this game, each comprising 3 stages. The first phase has you navigating Chip and Dale across each screen while avoiding the robo-dogs on patrol. You can use the holes for cover to avoid the dog, but you also have to dodge the slime balls which are directed at these holes. Now if you get slimed or caught by a dog, you lose a life, of which you have 3. Fortunately, hit detection here is actually quite generous for the most part. After 3 screens of dodging slime, it's off to the next phase. Here, Chip has to collect plane parts and pass them over to Dale as he's being pursued by another robo-dog, all the while dodging fireballs being launched from the candelabras by the door. After another 3 screens of this, it's off to the final phase where Chip once again has to collect parts and drop them to Dale for him to take off, but now you have to avoid being grabbed by the hands of Professor Nimnul's contraption in the background, which happens to be the first boss you face in the original Rescue Rangers game on NES. If only you had a red ball to take care of business, but you don't, so you got to avoid its hands, and after 3 screens of that, you get the underwhelming 1-screen ending, enter your name in the high score table, and the game ends. Yippee. You could play the game with either the keyboard or the joystick, though really you're only using 3 keys at most here: left, right, and down arrows. Use left and right to move your rangers around, and in the latter 2 phases, you hold down to have Chip pass whatever screw he has collected to Dale, and that's about it. Pretty simple to figure out, works just fine. Not much to the game really, which is not surprising since computer games from around this time tend to be not that overly sophisticated. At the same time, this isn't ball-bustingly hard, so the target audience shouldn't have too much trouble figuring out the patterns and clearing all 9 screens in short term, at which point they'll be bored and move on to something else. There's not much to say about the presentation of the game. Cutscenes are respectable static drawings of the characters rendered in cutting-edge EGA color graphics, and the actual in-game graphics are serviceable fare for the time. Not the prettiest looking thing, but it gets the job done and it's not completely horrid. Meanwhile, there's no music and only a smattering of PC speaker noise greeting you audibly, which you can turn off in the options if you prefer. Overall, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers The Adventure in Nimnul's Castle for MS-DOS is simple computer game fare that does what it does well enough. Provides a quick, simplistic puzzler type deal for the younglings, and that's about it. Not the most exciting or deepest game out there, but for what is essentially simple children's fare on PC, it's perfectly acceptable fluff that I sampled for a bit, sated my curiosity about, made a quick video about it, and will never play again or even think about for the rest of my days. Which is par for the course for this sort of thing, it seems.